Welcome inside the Acres Broadcast Center. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and this is your Sports Nightly Ticker. Scott Frost met with the media for his weekly Monday presser this morning. There he discussed the Huskers' attitude coming off their big win over Northwestern.
Good. I think they see the formula now. They've prepared really well for several weeks in a row. Had one go our way Saturday in a big way. No reason to change anything now.
Two Huskers were recognized this week for their contributions to that Saturday win. Linebacker JoJo Doman was named co-Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week after recording 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Adrian Martinez was named his weekly coaches show. That'll be at 7 p.m. Central right here on Sports Nightly. Next up for the Big Red is 13th ranked Penn State in Happy Valley. That's Friday at 6 p.m. Central. Former Huskers wrestler Jordan Burroughs added to his already historic career today, competing in the World Wrestling Championships held in Oslo, Norway. Burroughs won the 79-kilogram men's freestyle for his 5th World Championship gold medal. The victory gives him a U.S. freestyle record-tying 6th World and Olympic Championship. In the NFL, Week 4 wraps up with the AFC West showdown of the Las Vegas Raiders and the LA Chargers. Derek Carr will try to keep Vegas undefeated as he takes on Justin Herbert coming up here in just a little over an hour at 7:15 p.m. Central. That's the ticker. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and this is Sports Nightly on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Pass by Kenzie Knuckles, Jack back to slide. We're done. Lauren Stivrins, 25-20, the verdict. Stivrins with the finish, and the teams wave at each other.
Second down and 10. Snap back. Give it off to Yant, right side. Jacquez to the 35. Nice move. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Run, big fella. 30, 25, 20. Stiff arming the guy. 10 to the 5. He's out of bounds to the 4-yard line. Jacquez, Yant. We love you in Lincoln.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Here we are, another week of Sports Nightly, and should be a lot of smiles around Husker Nation after the weekend. The Big Red put it on Northwestern Saturday night in front of a homecoming crowd. They rough up the Cats, last year's Big Ten West champions, 56-7 to get their 3rd victory of the season, and sets up what's going to be a huge matchup Saturday night at Memorial Stadium against the Michigan Wolverines. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope you had a good weekend.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. I mean, what a cool weekend from start to finish. I mean, starting on Friday night, Lauren Stivrins comes back. And man, what a performance. You could just tell the difference when she stepped out onto the court. So watch that on Friday, then go to PBA, and what an incredible atmosphere, incredible night with the opening night with both men's and women's basketball, Harbaugh. That was so much fun. And then and the Hall of Fame ceremony was great. I went to that on Friday as well. And then Saturday, I was blown away. It was my first night game inside Memorial Stadium, and I was absolutely blown away. And everybody kept telling me, just wait, just wait. I mean, I thought it was loud and rocking, and they said, wait till next Saturday. It's going to be unbelievable. So, I mean, just so much fun. And, Sunday you wake up and you just had a smile on your face, and how much fun it was to be a part of the entire weekend.
They're right. I think Saturday night was really good. I think with Michigan being ranked at the top 10 and fans now feeling like this team might be there or closer to where they want it to get, I think it's really going to get ratcheted up a few notches. I was just really impressed. I think we've been on the cusp of that kind of performance, Jessica, for a while, and it kind of fell into place. And I loved the way the game started. We get the ball first, and we take the shot down the field. Toure makes an amazing play on a ball that was underthrown, but he made an amazing play. That's what good players do. They go kind of make up for maybe not the perfect play and turn it into dynamite.
Yeah, you can kind of tell. I mean, as much as maybe people were concerned about, a letdown, what the morale would be like coming off the heartbreaker at Michigan State, we said this coming off the Oklahoma loss, but I absolutely think it lit a fire under these guys. We heard all day today, all after the game on Saturday. I talked to players, just the week of preparation. They were mad. They were fired up. They were ready to go. And unfortunately, Northwestern was the
They suffered.
They got the brunt of it, but they were ready to get back out there, and that offense was ready to let it loose. And they've been watching the defense do so many things, and they wanted to put it all together. And how about the best? One of my most favorite parts of the night was the 84-yard punt, and the crowd goes nuts.
Loved it.
That doesn't give you a lot of confidence as a punter going into next week, hey, I want to kick a 84-yard punt every time I get a chance. I mean, I don't know what will.
Good for Will
Yes.
Christup for doing that. That was really nice to see. The only punt of the night for the Big Red was that one right there. And, and I saw some people at halftime, some media folks, and they're like, where'd that come from? And I'm like, well, haven't you been watching? Because that's what we've been seeing against Oklahoma and Michigan State, 2 ranked teams on the road, and they played a team that's not ranked, not close to being ranked. Northwestern's not very good right now, and you play at that same level that you did the 2 weeks before, that's what's going to happen. You're going to dominate somebody. And so I don't know why people were so surprised to see the Huskers play that well. I think we've been seeing them play really well.
Yeah, and I think maybe just here or there, they've been playing really well, but then just here or there, maybe a couple mistakes that prevent you from really letting loose. And that's the thing. How many times have we said, Illinois, you're looking at maybe, dominating that game if one thing doesn't go, a couple things don't go right. I think Michigan State, they absolutely dominated in the second half. Absolutely dominated. So one thing here or there kind of keeps you from really kind of blowing the roof off of a couple of these games. But, I think they finally put it all together in a game. And yes, Northwestern maybe not as good as some of these teams that they just played. And moving forward, maybe not as good as Michigan. But it's still not an easy task to beat a team and handle a team the way that they did on Saturday. I don't care what you say about how, Northwestern is. And this is a program that has been in some battles with Nebraska in the past. So, to go out and just do it, that was big for this team.
Well, and the 2 really good stepping stone games, OU and Michigan State, were on the road. So the home fans haven't seen us play at that high of a level. But to me, it was just a continuation of what we've seen the 2 previous weeks. The retooled offensive line I thought was impressive. There were actual holes for backs to run through, and then the big fella ran through them. How impressive was Jaquez Yan?
Yeah, your call, by the way. Everybody's loving that. Run, big fella. Love that. It's amazing to me, and I asked a lot of the guys after the game about watching him run and what it's like to block for him, what it's like to watch him in practice. He's a big guy, but yet he looks so smooth doing it. It's amazing. Right. It's just like that's not supposed to go together, but I think that's why we've heard literally since I started here and throughout even last week, how many people every single week want to see Jaquez Yan and what he can do, and we saw it a little bit. So, good for him. I mean, he talked about that the coaching staff, Coach Frost, Coach Held, challenged him. He needed to get to a certain point. He didn't take care of his business. He admitted that. And then, came in and since fall camp has been doing what he needed to do to get to this point. And so he made the most of his opportunity, and hopefully we continue to see more of him.
He's got great feet. And you don't have the couple of the runs that he had the other night unless you've got good feet. And he does. He just had to get a little bit trimmer than he was back a month ago. And I know people are saying, well, why didn't we see him earlier? He wasn't ready. He had to get himself into that kind of shape to do that. And so now that he's going to be a weapon. I still remember Travis Fisher, who recruited Jaquez out of high school, same high school they went to in Tallahassee, and he didn't have any big offers. And Travis Fisher convinced him, walk on here, you do things right, we'll get you on scholarship, and he is now. And in the spring, somebody asked Travis, well, we keep hearing this name Yant. Well, what is he? And Travis goes, he's a problem. Well, Northwestern would agree. Yes, he's a problem. That is a big dude that can run. That's a problem for other defenses.
I mean, he just truck over some people. I wouldn't want to tackle that dude.
Way.
So, I just, the kind of dual things that he can do. He is quick. I mean, he's just deceptive. You don't think, okay, that's just a guy that's going to run over people. Well, no, he can get away from people too, which is scary. So, yeah, I can see that's a perfect description. He's a problem. And then again, I think you throw in kind of the different look with Ramir, the little shifty kind of quick back as well that can also cause some problems if you start trying to prepare for a guy like Yant, and then Ramir is a completely different look. But I didn't notice, how was Yant in pass protection?
I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah.
I didn't see a lot of that.
That will be important moving forward.
It will be. If he wants more playing time, he's got to get better in all those different phases. Ramir was good. He had 12 carries, 74 yards. That's 6 yards a carry. He scored twice. He continues to play well. Yant was the one, though, that everybody, when they're walking to their cars or walking to pick up their post-game runs, that's who they were talking about on Saturday night. He was special. And I love the option play to start the third quarter to Betts. And my goodness, can he run?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are some weapons, and that's what Jeremiah and I were talking a lot about, throughout the Facebook live stream. We see Oliver Martin Trout back out there.
He was good.
And you get him back, and you got Vokalek back, and you got your full arsenal finally now getting to where, you wanted them to, you were hoping they would be to start the season, but now you got everybody back. They're getting back healthy. Look out, because the way Adrian's playing, and then you keep adding these weapons, these different elements, I mean, you're going to really be able to open up the playbook.
And I know you and Jeremiah also talked about on the stream as they were warming up that Nuri was going to play left guard and Teddy Prohaska played left tackle. And I thought the left side, and Scott Frost mentioned this earlier today, and we're going to hear from him some clips from his press conference a little bit later on the hour. The holes were more to the left side, and Nuri doesn't want to go back on the bench.
No,
Nuri
he does
wants
not.
to hang on to it, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He told me that. He said, "I'm here to stay." He said it was hard for him. First I asked him how you say your name, and he said, "Just call me Nuri." I haven't met an American that can say my name right. And then someone asked him if he was going to do the interview in German. But what a great personality! But he told me that it's been hard for him to have to kind of sit back and wait his turn. And he got the opportunity. He found out on Monday, hey, you're going to get a chance this week. And boy, he took it and ran with it, much like Yant did. We were just talking about him, but he said, I'm here to stay. He loved it. He had, it was just so rewarding for him to get to do that. So yeah, I mean, it would be hard to lose your spot after you perform that way. So I would think that it'd be him again this week, right?
I don't think there's any doubt. Now, Teddy was impressive. Now, Teddy's on tape, and so Michigan's breaking down strengths and weaknesses of both Teddy and Nori, that they're going to go, okay, this is what we didn't see him do against Northwestern. This is what we need to try to do. And it's a different defensive front. It's a much better defensive front than we'll see Saturday night. And I'm not trying to belittle Northwestern, but Michigan's got better players along the front. Which
is why it was so good to get them in there against Northwestern, so that they do have a feel for it. But again, with Jeremiah talking about nobody knows the offensive line and the tendencies and all of that, the mental side of it, he played as a freshman, and just confidence is so key. And we've been talking about it for this entire team, how much confidence, what that does to a football team moving forward. And you start winning one, and then the dominoes start to fall. It's the same thing with that offensive line. I don't think they had a lot of confidence against Michigan State, but you perform the way you perform, even against Michigan State, even against Northwestern, you still take a lot of confidence from that. You run the ball for over 400 yards. I don't care who it is. If you run the ball for over 400 yards, you can take a lot away from that moving forward.
It's a Big Ten team. 427 yards in that game the other night. So, all right, if you want to be a part of this one, love your take. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. On our text line, Doug in Norfolk says, his stiff arms were quite impressive. Even the TV guys said his stiff arms were NFL quality. That stood out to me. His feet stood out to me, and we're talking about Yan again. All of that was really, really well done. And, Jessica, we haven't even really mentioned the defense. They held them to 7 points. They never scored on once in the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, just another dominant performance by the Black Shirts. But again, I think that's what you expect, and we've heard the coaches say it.
Don't take it for granted, though.
Yeah, no. And you've heard the players talk about it. It's what you expect out of the Black Shirts. You've just kind of been waiting for them to put together kind of that complete team performance, and that's what they did. So that's why the offense is kind of getting so much love, because they were waiting, and the team was waiting for the offense to kind of get it going too. So it was just And I think the black shirts are totally fine with it being all about the offense this week because they were so proud of the way that the offense performed this week.
Adrian, 11 of 17 for 202 with a touchdown. He also ran for 3 scores, and I don't know that in any of the touchdowns that Adrian had that he got touched. I think he went in untouched. I know 2 of the 3 he went in untouched, but and Nuri, I think, said that after the game. One of his things was we felt like we kept our quarterback clean in the game.
And he talked a lot about how much he loves blocking for a guy like Adrian, and so he saw it as just a huge kind of honor to protect a guy like Adrian. And I've been saying it, you've been saying it, we've been saying it all this year. This team loves Adrian, loves to play for him. They want to do well and right by him, and so even a guy like Nuri getting to start for the first time, it was important to him to protect his quarterback. And so I think, again, moving forward, a lot of confidence can be taken away from how they protected him on Saturday.
Buckle up, put that phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Let's go to the phones. James and Lincoln out of the box tonight. Good evening, James. Welcome.
Yeah, I would think with the rich history of punters that we have that have went to the NFL, most notably Sam Cook, Darren Erstad. I think he was a pretty good punter. I think he's even in town right now. Kyle Larson, just to name a few. I'm not sure how you go from a 7-yard punt to an 84-yard punt in a week, but I think I would probably, pick a few of those guys' brains to, teach these punters how to punt.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know they're working at it, and appreciate the call, James. And even Coach Frost said, we watch them in practice during the week, and they're hitting the ball well. And then you get in the games, and you get nervous, and that's what happens. But I'm proud of Will. He bounced back. He boomed that big one the other day. I thought that was really nice for him to be able to do that. Connor Colps made every PAT that he attempted Saturday night. He made every PAT the week before Michigan State. He made the 2 field goals against Michigan State. So hopefully the kickers have turned the corner a little bit. James, it's a little bit, and I don't know if you play golf or not, but it's a little bit like a golf swing. Sometimes you can get off sync a little bit. You kind of lose it for a while, but hopefully they're back. But, yeah, Sam Cook, also a great punter was still with Baltimore, has been kicking for a long, long time in the NFL. Let's head up to West Point next. And, Pete, good evening. Pete, welcome to the program.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Pete.
Hi. Say, it was sure good to get some backups in the game for once.
Yeah, they've been able to do that a couple times now. Fordham, obviously, they got a little bit of time against Buffalo, and now Northwestern. So that's the 3rd time they've gotten some extended play for the backups.
Yeah, I thought that was great. It looked to me like we attacked the edge, and Northwestern wasn't quick enough to get out there and cover the edge. I think it's going to be a little bit different story on the edge this coming week with Michigan. But it was good to see. I'm sure glad they had a good game, had a complete game for once. And hopefully this is the starting point of getting our problems ironed out.
Amen to that. Pete, appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, it's always good to get those backups in. I mean, Adrian was done, Jessica. The Huskers score with 9:16 left to go in the 3rd quarter. He was done. That was it.
That was great. I mean, and we talked about that move leading up to the game, how big it would be to get him some rest so he didn't have to play a whole game and he could kind of take it easy a little bit in the second half. And that's what he was able to do.
Logan got a lot of snaps again.
Yeah. And again, we talked a lot about after the Michigan State game, the drive that he had, how he handled it, how poised he looked, how confident he looked. And you keep getting him meaningful minutes. When his number's called, he's going to continue to be confident in those situations. So that's so important, no doubt about it.
Set back to the phones. Go to Omaha next. And Mark, good evening. Mark, welcome to Sports Nightly.
Hi, how you doing there?
Good.
Hey, I just wanted to mention that I hope the people will stop bagging on Scott Frost now. This guy was the correct pick. And he's done a good job of loading his team up. I would have liked to have seen it be more successful earlier, but they're doing it the right way. Hey, who does that Mr. Yant remind you of?
Well, I heard a lot of comparisons to Derrick Henry, the former Alabama Crimson Tide, now plays in the NFL for Tennessee. Was that who you were thinking?
Marcus Dupree.
I don't know that he's as fast as Marcus.
Yeah, I think he's just as fast and he's just as big, but it's still early. So they've been improving every week, and I think it's going to be a good game here Saturday. I think they can take them and just onward and upward. Maybe they can win this West.
There you go. Mark, appreciate it. Thanks for the phone call, 402-413-2400. The number if you want to dial us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. We're also up on our YouTube stream tonight. The chat room is open. Folks having a good time in there tonight as well. Hey, this season, share Valentino's Tailgater tradition with our Big Red Double Jumbo deal and get 2 one-topping jumbo pizzas for only $17.79 each. Order yours online at valentinos.com. Valentino's, it's the official pizza of the Huskers. Go Big Red. We have more Sports Nightly straight ahead.
A DUI is everything you didn't prepare for. You did not save for it. You did not train for it. You did not go to school for it. You did not raise your family or buy a house or get a job for it. It is not your life goal or a dream come true. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Today's play of the day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska Lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratch-a-rooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
At Subaru, they love building vehicles for those who pack a lot into life. The redesigned 2021 Crosstrek is their way of saying more power to you. An upgrade in horsepower means you have a world of fun and adventure waiting for you. And the Crosstrek comes with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru. Visit DeToe Subaru at 27th Street and Jamie Lane in Lincoln or at DeToeSubaru.com. Upgraded horsepower available on select models.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it is safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief, nutrition, or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health. Find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
You always dreamed of owning your own farm. Now you're living your dream, and it's time to pick the tractor that makes it all come together. Massey Ferguson has reinvented what compact and utility tractors can be and redefined what they do, making them easier to operate, more comfortable to drive, more versatile than ever. Massey Ferguson gives Nebraska farmers the power and performance to win in the field. Osceola Implement in Osceola, Nebraska, your locally owned Massey Ferguson dealer. Proud supporters of the Huskers and Nebraska farmers.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance, all without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Don't let the cold winter worry you. As Nebraska's leading supplier of propane, you can count on Sapp Brothers to keep your family warm this winter. You're like family, and your safety is the #1 priority of Sap Brothers. When it comes to your propane needs, Sap Brothers has you covered. Visit www.sapbros.net/petroleum to find your local Sap Brothers propane expert. Celebrating 50 years of fueling America's heartland and welcoming guests, Sap Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Husker Athletics.
Here we go again. The celebrating, the accolades. Ever since we added Marco to our team, our technology can't lose. Day after day, success after success, Marco's made our business IT a force to be reckoned with. The only drawback of being technology all-stars is keeping champagne away from the electronics. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Hey Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Back in our Acres Equipment Broadcast Center, Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer. 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres, solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Monday night post-Husker matchup. The Big Red rout, Northwestern 56-7. Most points scored by Nebraska as a member of the Big Ten Conference. Widest margin of victory for Nebraska since joining the Big Ten Conference, and that kind of makes sense. Those two go hand in hand, but a fun night at Memorial Stadium. The Huskers racked up over 600 yards of offense against the Cats. If you want to be a part of this little chit-chat, 402-413-2400. Let's go back to the phones, over to Columbus and Harold. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for taking my call, Greg. I have a comment on the offense and then a question about defense. First of all, watching Jaquez run on Saturday kind of reminded me a little bit of some Roger Craig and Amon Green kind of all wrapped up into one. It was really impressive to see our running game really get on track and get in gear. And then, is JoJo Doman on any defensive watch lists nationally yet? And if not, why isn't he? The guy's been playing out of his mind. I'll go ahead and let you guys take over from here.
Well, JoJo got named today Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week, so he's getting some notice. He is playing great football.
Can his position be a winner of the Thorpe Award?
No, I think he'd be more the Butkus.
The Butkus. I didn't know which award he. It's just such a weird position that I don't know.
It's a hybrid, kind of.
Yeah, and he kind of plays all over, so I don't know if that's maybe part of the issue. That which category, which awards list does he fall under? But I mean, I know because when I went on a bunch of shows at Oklahoma, one of the guys that I talked to, Teddy Lehman, who did win the Butkus, he went on and on and on about JoJo and the kind of playmaker that he is. So I think he's definitely catching notice. It's just as far as watch lists and awards, I don't know if that's maybe part of the problem too. Is just the position that he plays.
Because of all the spread attacks in college football, his position is kind of a new one. In a lot of ways, it's that hybrid. A guy can line up and charge the passer or cover down the field. And it takes a rare breed to do that, and he's perfect for that role.
Absolutely.
And he's found a good home at that thing.
Yeah, and I think, again, probably moving forward at the next level, it's got to be the right system because not everybody has that kind of spot. Yeah. But I do think he's definitely going to get a look, and he's going to, I mean, he needed to, and he told me that at the beginning of the season when I did the sit down with him, you know, he just now kind of got the confidence where he did feel like he could play at the next level and make a difference at the next level. Last year was really when things started to click for him. So he felt like he needed another year of college football and dominating college football. So I think he's doing, and as long as he continues on this track, doing what he needs to do to get some attention from, you know, NFL teams, but he's just such a smart, cerebral player and represents, you know, your organization so well. He's going to get a shot no matter what in the NFL. But yeah, he's playing unbelievable. So many of them are. I mean, it is really cool to see how well they're playing together, and they're kind of feeding off of each other. And it seems like each week there's somebody else that was the star of the show. I mean, a couple weeks ago, it was Luke Reimer, and then Damian Daniels has had big weeks. Garrett Nelson has had big weeks. So it's like not just every week JoJo's playing out of his mind, but it's not every week that JoJo is the guy, you know? So I think that's why the Black Shirts are performing so well, that it isn't just one guy that's dominating the show.
JoJo led him in tackles Saturday with 9, 2 of those being sacks. Garrett Nelson had a sack in the game the other night. And you mentioned Luke Reimer. Luke Reimer had not one, but I think 2 plays that he should have had an interception. The ball was deflected up there, and I know Luke is probably killing Luke that he didn't hang on to one of those, but those are right there ready for him to grab.
Yeah, and then because he tipped the one, I did the feature on him last week, and so I was going through all the you know, the highlights, and then he should have had the 2 against Buffalo. So,
that's right, yeah.
You know, so he's probably wanting a couple of those back. But the more you kind of see those plays, and you have to remember he's a young guy still. He was, a sophomore?
Yep.
And still kind of this is his first year really playing in that role, in a consistent role, and, you know, in these types of situations. So the more you kind of get into those types of situations, I guarantee you probably the more he gets those chances, he will make the most of them the next time around.
Just love that defense, the way they're playing. And I know people that are, you know, we're talking more offense tonight, and that's fine because they deserve it. They had a really, really good day. But the defense, again, held that team to 7 points, got a turnover down around the goal line with a nice little goal line stand. They forced a fumble. DeAndre Thomas picked it up. There's another player that's playing pretty well, DeAndre Thomas. And I know he got the personal foul at Michigan State for slamming the guy to the ground, but he's making a lot of plays.
It's so hard to continue to single out all of the guys because there are so many of them. And as Jeremiah brought it up about, you know, is there any first rounders on this defense? Probably not, but they're just a bunch of dudes that are playing well together, and they play so hard, and they play smart, and they are bought in, and, you know, it just the way that they approach each week, you know, you're hearing them saying what Coach Chenander says. They're so bought into what he's trying to do, and the nameless, faceless opponent, and they've been preparing so well, and they have found what works, and they have bought into that, and so it's fun to watch them. And I mean, I've said this so many times, but coming from a league, a Big 12 that hasn't played great defense, and then seeing the way that Nebraska plays defense, boy, it is fun to watch.
And we're going to see some really good defensive football teams in the next month or so. On our text line, Sean in Wilcox, while no one enjoys watching football injuries, the rate at which they were dragging Northwestern players off the field gives credit to Nebraska's strength and conditioning. There's no doubt Nebraska was really beating them up a little bit the other night. And you're right. I agree with you, Sean. You hate to see that, but I kind of like seeing it in some ways. In a sick way, I kind of like seeing it.
In a sick way. Yeah, I mean, you love to see it. You absolutely love to see that domination and the conditioning as well. It's just, we've said it from the start in those hot games, you know, they didn't seem to get tired. And I just think this team has been set up so well. They're peaking. They're continuing to peak. They're not even hitting, you know, playing their best football yet. So I think that's also what's scary. They need to continue to put it together. It's one game. They'll continue to say that as well. They're saying the right things too. It's one game. They haven't won the season because they won one game against Northwestern on Saturday. You put that in the rearview mirror, and now it's on to winning this week.
Al on our text line, got to love the offensive game plan they had against Northwestern. Couldn't agree more. Love the early shot in the game that paid off with Samora making a good play on an underthrown ball from Adrian. If they do that against Michigan, this is Al, I think we surprise the nation. Go Al. Love it.
I mean, Joel Klatt tweeted out again about how he's been saying, you know, hey, people are not giving Nebraska a lot of credit. My brother texted me, said he changed it on his ESPN feed that Nebraska is his favorite team now. I mean, that they absolutely look like world beaters on Saturday. just because Northwestern wasn't as good, just to dominate a game like they did, there are a lot of really good football teams, some of the top football teams that are not dominating opponents like they should be. And so it is impressive. That performance was impressive, and I think caught a lot of attention across the country.
Sure should. 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question on our Sports Sunday hotline, which is brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto Family. Shop Woodhouse first. 18 brands, 16 convenient locations. Simplified car buying to save you time. Shop, finance, and buy online at woodhouse.com. More of the show coming up.
You could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from the Woodhouse Auto Family this season. If the Huskers return the first or second half opening kick for a touchdown, Woodhouse will give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family Kickoff Contest and official rules, go to woodhousekickoff.com. That's woodhousekickoff.com.
Valley 365 is here, and the time is now to take your farming technology full circle. Valley 365 is the ultimate command center, the new single sign-on platform that brings together our tried and true technology and streamlines your entire operation. Combining the best features of AgSense, Valley Scheduling, Valley VRI, and Valley Insights, Valley 365 is the next level solution for connected crop management. Leverage your data, make the most of your time, and own your tomorrow. Contact your Valley dealer today.
There is no place like Nebraska, and there's no place that treats you like home like Sapp Brothers. For 50 years, Sapp Brothers has fueled America's heartland and been a reliable partner to local farms and Husker fans across Nebraska. Providing the highest quality fuel, lubricants, and propane, servicing your farming equipment, and welcoming guests into their travel centers. Visit www.sappbros.net. Sapp Brothers is proud to be an official partner of Husker Athletics.
Whether you compete on the court, at the track, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal. It's a mindset, shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb brand corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
While some seed companies put a greater stake in stock prices and anonymous shareholders, Rob Seco knows that what's important to you hits closer to home. That's why you'll find we're focused on your needs. With a simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, a relationship that makes it easy to connect with anyone in the company, and the technology, traits, and genetics you need from any source. Put your stock in the company that puts you first. Rob Seco.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. The Rural Fellows Program doubled their average number of participating students this year, putting UNL student interns to work in 17 Nebraska communities for the summer. Interns use their skills to get real-world experience on a variety of projects, from mapping out trail systems to creating promotional videos to researching and documenting local history.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
From sprains and stitches to sore throats and sinus infections, when it's care that can't wait, count on CHI Health Clinic Priority Care. Simply walk in 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You'll get the quality care you need without an appointment, and you'll never pay more than a regular primary care visit. Get in, get out, and get on with your day. Find a location near you at chihealth.com/priority care.
Inspired by the legendary coach Tom Osborne, Nebraska Athletics is proud to introduce the 255 collection. With the mission to connect style with Nebraska pride, 255 was designed with the fan in mind. With high quality at the forefront, 255 can be worn anywhere, from sporting events and business meetings to backyard get-togethers. No matter the occasion, 255 is about feeling confident, looking good, and celebrating the remarkable coaching career of Tom Osborne. Shop now at Huskers.com or participating retailers. For more information, visit Huskers.com/255.
From the field to game day tailgates, make the most of the season with a truck from Woodhouse. Our team is ready to help you get the job done with a full lineup of our new or new-to-you trucks from Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, and Nissan. Plus, shop, finance, and buy your way online at woodhouse.com or one of our 17 dealerships. So get a win this season with a truck from Woodhouse, the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics.
Walk these fields for 85 years. Grow deeper roots here. Know what thrives here. Bring in world-class genetics and innovative traits like Chrome triple stack corn hybrids and Enlist E3 soybeans. Refine it through pure local know-how and expertise. Do all of that, and the only thing left is the right seed. Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
Here is a before-winter to-do list from J-Tech Construction. Let's start with windows. Triple-pane window technology has saved homeowners countless dollars on heating and cooling bills. Siding serves a crucially important purpose, protecting your home and insulating it from adverse weather conditions. And don't forget about your roof. Designing your roof should be simple and painless, and J-Tech offers several payment plan options. One more thing on your to-do list, call J-Tech Construction, the official exterior experts of the Huskers.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Visit a participating AGCO dealer between now and November 12th and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Nebraska-Iowa football game on November 26th in Lincoln. That'll include pregame tailgate passes. See participating AGCO locations across Nebraska, and you could be a winner this season. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Monday night following a Husker trouncing of Northwestern, 56-7, the final score of that game. The head coach had a press conference, as he does each Monday, to talk about the past game and look ahead to the upcoming matchup, and he was asked about his impressions of his refigured offensive line from Saturday.
I thought it was an improvement. The big thing is we came off the ball better. Our pad level was better. When we can generate run, a lot of other things are going to work. Thought Teddy and Nuri both did a really good job, particularly with that, getting some movement on 3 techniques and 1 techniques and getting runs started. Thought the right side did too, but the left side played really well. Other guys came in and played well. So, I think that the guys have gotten the message, and we need to keep doing that. We got to move people, and runs are hard to generate if you don't get any movement up front.
One of the guys on the left side was Nuri Nwili, who is made the start at left guard, came from Colorado State, grew up and was with he was a foreign exchange student down in the Norris School District, and then ended up going to Colorado State, started some games for the Rams, transferred to Nebraska. Here's the coach talking about his development.
He has potential. He still has potential. Played pretty well in 1 game, so we got to keep him going and get the rest of the guys to keep improving too. And that's just a starting point.
So that's Nuri. What about Teddy Prohaska, who made the start at left tackle, a true freshman? Here's the coach.
I don't know if we were positive before Saturday. The week of practice helped us be positive, but it was time to give him a chance. You don't decide on Monday you're going to run a marathon and run it on Saturday. There's some training that has to be involved. Sam, you know that. You're a marathon runner. Half. Good for you. He's just steadily improved, and we saw a lot of talent early on, like we see with a lot of guys. It's really come pretty fast with him, and I thought he had a good. Again, it's just a start, but I thought he had a good first attempt at it.
How about Coach throwing some jabs out there?
Sam McEwen there, yeah.
He's kind of fired up today. I liked it. I heard all week, last week from players that he kind of brought a different fire that they hadn't seen from Coach Frost, and so I think they fed off of that, bought into that. But yeah, it's I like the attitude that he brought today.
Teddy's a big man.
Yes, he is.
That's a big human being who's only going to get bigger as he gets more weight training and all that.
It's hard to believe he's just a freshman. I mean, and again, that's kind of what Jeremiah's been talking about, is a little bit scary putting a freshman in that spot. But, I think there was such a big thing to be able to get him some of that time against Northwestern, and he's going to continue to get better.
And he's played a little bit in some of the other games. He played against Fordham. He played as a tight end in a game earlier in the year as well when we were down in Oklahoma. All right, this team was also maybe as healthy as they've been all year Saturday night against Northwestern. Here's the coach talking about getting a fully healthy wide receiving group.
I feel like we had kind of finally the full group of guys that we need, and we got some good players at every position, so it helps you to have everybody up and available. I thought all those guys played well, and you need weapons in this league, and weapons help us create some big plays, and it's good to have everybody healthy again.
No doubt about that, because we saw those after those first couple games of Samori when Oliver went down, and Oklahoma kind of tried to take Samori out of it. Some other teams kind of keying in on him. So if you have more weapons that you can throw to, you can't do that. You can't take him out of it. And then we see what Samori can do when he's got the ball in his hands. So, and I just think too, Oliver Martin too. He's an older guy. He's kind of a calming presence. We saw him, get into the game and was going to return some punts back there. So I think just having some of those older guys as well that are smart and know how to, manage a game and when in tight situations like that. But there's a lot of weapons for Adrian to get the ball to. A lot of fun things you can do, like you said, with bets, and you can do some different wrinkles with some of these guys.
And the two tight ends now both healthy as well. We're going to hear from Travis Vokalek coming up in hour number 2. And for Oliver Martin, this Saturday is going to mean a lot more. He started his career at Michigan, so it's going to mean a lot for him, I think, to play the maize and blue on Saturday night. Speaking of Michigan, let's go there next. Jim Harbaugh, alma mater of that school, former quarterback for that school, much like Scott Frost is here. The head coach was asked about, is there more added pressure when you're coaching your own alma mater?
Probably the same. You want to win everywhere. You probably take it a little more personal, one way or the other at home. Things get a little more personal. There's nowhere where I would probably despise losing more than here. It's harder to handle here, but it's also, I don't know if I'd ever enjoy wins as much somewhere else as I do here.
And we'll finish with this. The coach was asked about how much of an impact can the crowd have on Saturday night's game with Michigan. Here was his response.
I thought Saturday was, other than the Akron game that we had one play, it was probably the best atmosphere I'd seen. Appreciate the fans for that. I imagine this one could be as good or better. So we need noise. We need help. Hope the fans are excited as we are.
I think they will be.
I think so, too. I was blown away just last Saturday, and I think it's going to be even crazier. I know the light show is probably coming back again, so that will be fun. The fans take a lot of pride in the type of atmosphere that they create. I know that's a lot of reasons why a lot of these guys come to play here, and they, as much as sometimes people feed off of that road environment, boy, they love having this crowd behind them, and I think it's going to be a huge difference for them on Saturday.
When did you get here, Saturday? What time did you get here Saturday?
I got here about 2.
I rolled in a little after that. I think it was closer to 3, and I couldn't believe all the foot traffic around the stadium. It was just, everybody was already here. Well, not everybody. A lot of people were already here.
You could feel the buzz.
You can't get into the stadium until an hour and a half before the game, but there was so much foot traffic around the stadium, even by 3 o'clock.
You could feel the buzz. I mean, just surrounding it, leading up to it. People started filing into the stadium a lot earlier than what I've seen because, we stand down there and do the Facebook live stream. And so even just, it was starting to fill in a lot earlier. I think as soon as those doors opened, as soon as those gates opened, people started coming in. So, yeah, it felt so much different. And I'm so excited to see what it's going to be like this coming Saturday.
Nebraska 811 says, go dig red before you dig. Always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. We're back to wrap up hour 1 next. Touchdown! Touchdown, Nebraska!
If you're doing business in Nebraska, the best way to connect your organization with the excitement surrounding the Huskers is through a partnership with Nebraska Athletics. You can take your business to the next level by reaching loyal Husker fans through in-venue signage, digital and social media, radio advertising, and more. Join the Husker team today and email partners@huskers.com to learn more about opportunities to connect with Husker Nation. That's partners@huskers.com.
Walk these fields for 85 years. Grow deeper roots here. Know what thrives here. Bring in world-class genetics and innovative traits like Chrome triple stack corn hybrids and Enlist E3 soybeans. Refine it through pure local know-how and expertise. Do all of that, and the only thing left is the right seed. Hogemeyer. Learn more at therightseed.com.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
Valley 365 is here, and the time is now to take your farming technology full circle. Valley 365 is the ultimate command center, the new single sign-on platform that brings together our tried and true technology and streamlines your entire operation. Combining the best features of AgSense, Valley Scheduling, Valley VRI, and Valley Insights, Valley 365 is the next-level solution for connected crop management. Leverage your data, make the most of your time, and own your tomorrow. Contact your Valley dealer today.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
It's game on at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer with 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres solutions for every field. Time to see what's on tap, presented by Bud Light. Husker football back in action Saturday night, 6:30 against Michigan. Our pregame coverage begins here on the network at 2:30. Husker volleyball will take on nationally ranked Penn State Friday night in Happy Valley. 6 o'clock first serve. Pregame coverage begins at 5:30. That is what's on tap, presented by Bud Light. Next hour, I want your impressions on what you saw Friday night at PBA.
Yes.
Talk a little hoops.
Can't wait. That was fun.
Huskers, I think, are going to be markedly better than they've been in the past, particularly the men. I think the women were heading that way last year. I think they'll just continue to build on that as well. Time to tell you to buckle up, put the phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Hour 1 in the books. Coming up next hour, Mondays with Matt Davison will stop by. We'll hear from Travis Vokalek, who certainly made an impact since coming back off of his injury. All that and more of your calls and texts next hour.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
You could win a 2021 Ford F-150 XL four-wheel drive Super Crew truck from the Woodhouse Auto family this season. If the Huskers return the first or second half opening kick for a touchdown, Woodhouse will give away an F-150. New contestants will be chosen each week. For details on how to enter the Woodhouse Auto Family Kickoff Contest and official rules, go to woodhousekickoff.com. That's woodhousekickoff.com.
Adding Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Whew. Sometimes being an office printer feels like I'm competing in an Olympic sport. Thankfully, I have Marco's Managed Print Services on my team. Marco's game plan helps me make big plays while saving big bucks. And Marco's lightning fast tech support gets me back in the game fast. Whew. I'm up. Find out what your printers could be saying with Marco's Managed Print Services at marconet.com.
And welcome inside the Acres Broadcast Center. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and this is your Sports Nightly Ticker. Scott Frost met with the media for his weekly Monday presser this morning. There he discussed the Huskers' attitude coming off their big win over Northwestern.
I think they see the formula now. They've prepared really well for several weeks in a row. Had one go our way Saturday in a big way. No reason to change anything now.
2 Huskers were recognized this week for their contributions to Saturday's dominant win over Northwestern. Linebacker Jojo Doman was named co-Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week after recording 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Adrian Martinez was named one of 8 Manning Award stars for the week for his 252 total yards and 4 touchdowns in Saturday's win. Martinez now has a Nebraska record for totaling at least 250 yards of offense in 7 straight games. Following back-to-back sweeps, Huskers volleyball jumped to number 10 in the latest polling. Bolstered by the return of senior middle blocker Lawrence Stivrins, the team extended their winning streak to 4 straight matches and 3 straight sweeps. Here, head coach John Cook's thoughts when he joins Sports Nightly for his coach's show tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. Next up for the Big Red is number 13 ranked Penn State in Happy Valley, Friday at 6 p.m. Central. Former Huskers wrestler Jordan Burroughs added to his already historic career today, competing in the World Wrestling Championships held in Oslo, Norway. Burroughs won the 79-kilogram men's freestyle for his 5th World Championship gold medal. The victory gives him a U.S. freestyle record-tying 6th World and Olympic Championship. In the NFL, Week 4 wraps up just about 10 minutes from now. It's an AFC West showdown as the Raiders are in L.A. to take on the Chargers. Derek Carr will look to keep the Raiders undefeated as he takes on Justin Herbert. The kickoff will be, as I said, set just about 7:15 p.m. coming up in the next 10 minutes. That's the ticker. I'm Tim Mulhaupt, and this is Sports Nightly on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Pass by Kenzie Knuckles, Jack back to slide. We're done. Lawrence Stivrins, 25-20. The verdict. Stivrins with the finish, and the teams wave at each other.
2nd down and 10. Snap back. Give it off to Yant, right side. Jacquez to the 35. Nice move. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Run, big fella. 30, 25, 20. Stiff arming a guy. 10 to the 5. He's out of bounds to the 4-yard line. Jacquez Yant. We love you in Lincoln.
Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Here we are, hour number 2 of our Monday show, Sports Nightly. So glad you chose to spend a few minutes with us here tonight. If you want to be a part of the hour, 402-413-2400 with a call or a text. We're also up on our YouTube stream, and they're active in the chat room again tonight. Jessica, on our text line, did we have a lot of recruits at the game Saturday? You were down there.
Yes, we did. Well, football, I'm not sure. There were definitely some recruits down there, but there were a lot of recruits from across all sports down there. It was a huge weekend.
How many head coaches did you see down there?
I think all of them. Coach Bolt was down there, of course, the team.
John Cook?
He was there somewhere because he tweeted about, he talked about that he had to plug his ears. I think someone was saying that it was so loud. Then I know Amy Williams and company were down there. Fred Hoiberg and company. Coach Ravel was there. So I'm pretty sure almost all of them were down there for sure. And there were groups of lots of recruits down there.
The sidelines were packed.
Oh, it was, yeah. And we were trying to finish up the stream before the band came on, and people were just kind of like boxing me out. I'm like, hey, people, I got a show to finish up here before we, you guys completely moved me out of the way. But yeah, it was tight down there for sure. Hey, I do have to say, I mean, we talked about all 3 phases, the offense, the defense, the special teams. There's a 4th phase that really brought their A game, the broadcast phase. You guys killed it on Saturday night. That was a fun game to call.
I've told people this. We're always better when we win. The broadcasts are just better.
You had some great calls.
Yeah, well, thank you. All right, let's head to the phone. Scott has been hanging on up in Sioux City. Good evening, Scott.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for taking my call. It was really nice to see a win like that. 2 things. Punt returns. if you don't do anything, you're not going to do anything wrong. So we're not going to get penalized, and we at least maintain possession. But they're going to have to start doing something with punt returns. And also, this game was beautiful, but the next game, if we come down to the last minute and we have possession and we need to score, they need to do something decidedly different than they've done in the past, because that did not work. And we should easily be unbeaten right now. But the defense is incredible, and the entire team is moving forward. But there's still work to be done. Thanks.
Yeah, no doubt. And Scott Frost said that today. He says, it was a good step the other night. We're not there.
No.
And I agree with you, Scott, on the punt returns. A couple times the other night, I thought Oliver Martin should have taken it and gone. But first came back, he was probably overly cautious.
I was about to say he might be a little hesitant. Good to get, a game. I know, again, that you have to be able to make those decisions on the fly, but I probably needed a game back to get him a feel for it, because it is different. And, he didn't start at punt returner against Illinois. He got put in there, but then he hasn't played in a game since then. So probably just trying to feel things out a little bit.
John in Denver on our text line wants to know, why do you think Xavier Betts hasn't been targeted a lot more before the Northwestern game? He's dynamic. We saw what he saw. He had 4 or 5 catches at Michigan State in the first half, and then he got nicked up or something. He didn't play in the second half last week, and it wasn't because they didn't want to play him. He got nicked up.
Yeah, he didn't come back out right after half, and he made some big-time plays against Oklahoma. So I think he's just continuing to kind of get into a rhythm and build that kind of rapport with Adrian. But, yeah, I think he's going to continue to be a big part of this offense.
He was fast on that option. That thing was pretty to watch that thing happen. Let's stay in Lincoln next. And Russ, good evening. Russ, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Listen to you guys most every night. I've worked the games in the East Stadium since they added those new seats in 2012, 2013, up in the 600 section. And I have to say Saturday night was probably one of the most fun, electric, positive, unbelievable nights I've spent in that stadium. I was there for 2014 Miami, and that was pretty crazy. But just watching everything finally come together Saturday night was a real treat. I was just skimming over a USA Today article, and they were talking about figuring out if Michigan was for real or not. And I think the guy's name was Eric Smith in USA Today, and he just completely went right past Nebraska and said, well, Michigan will show there's somebody when they play Michigan State, Ohio State, whoever they've got left. But he never even mentioned that they were playing at Nebraska this week. And so I think there's a lot of people out there that see us as 3-3, and they don't really know what's going on here. And I can see it happening. You can see it happening. The guys are really starting to put it together, and I think we can use that to our advantage, the disrespect thing, and just keep plugging away because, I think we can take care of business and play clean ball on Saturday night, that we can have something pretty special here. And it's been a really long time. We've all been waiting a long time, and, I don't want to put too much pressure on the guys. They had one great game, and they've played well, and we know that this team is better than 3-3. And so I just encourage all the fans to, save up this week, save up your energy, get your rest, and everybody everybody that's coming to the stadium, bring your A game Saturday night, bring your voice, bring your, just bring everything you've got, because every little bit helps. And this Saturday night is ginormous for this program, in my estimation. We can turn the corner Saturday night, and let's go get it done.
Russ, appreciate it.
Thanks, Russ. Yeah, I agree with the atmosphere, what he was just talking about, and we were talking during one of the commercial breaks, Michigan has played 4 straight games at home, and then their one road game was last week at Wisconsin. It was an 11 a.m. game. So they're not going to be prepared for what they're walking into on Saturday night.
Somebody that's not fooled by Nebraska's record, Russ, The boys in Vegas.
Yeah, right?
It's a 3-point spread right now.
I think that's also, too, why it's one game, but fans are so excited about that one game because even though they've lost a couple, you can see, as you talked about earlier, the way that they dominated Michigan State in the second half, how close they played Oklahoma. The games that they've played, even though they've lost, they've looked the part, and especially in stretches. And so the fact, putting it all together, I think that's why fans are so excited about it and not, maybe going a little overboard, because it is. I mean, that's a good football team. And if you can put that together again on Saturday, they are going to have, it will be a massive, massive game for them to come out on top.
Is it Saturday yet? Is it
I
Saturday
know.
yet?
You said it's going to be the slowest week ever.
It's going to take forever to get to that point. Mondays with Matt Davison, our color analyst. Let's get his thoughts about the week. Back here on Sports Night, and this is fun. What a game, what a night. That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm so happy for our program. Players first, they went out and did it. They earned it, and they played really well in all three phases, and it was an exciting night for our fan base and everybody that was here and everybody that was watching on TV. And a lot of work goes into this thing, and it's just nice to see the improvement. And the guys are definitely getting better, and they're getting more confident every week, I think. And it was just an exciting night to be a Husker fan.
There were tweaks to the offensive line. What's the evaluation of that group now?
They played well. Teddy came in and did a good job. Nuri did well. So the left side really did a really good job all night long. Cam Jurgens played well. And really as a unit with Sichterman and Corcoran at the right tackle, they played well. It was probably their best game. And so now they have to keep it going. There were still things that can be improved upon, and so they'll get better this week, and obviously 6 more games to go. So at least for that game, they were really pretty good.
Also, the coming out party for Jaquez Yant, he did not disappoint.
Yeah, he had a lot of work to do when he got to camp. He wasn't in the best shape, needed to learn the playbook a little better and all those things, and he just kept fighting. I give him a lot of credit. Every week he'd show up and learn more and work on his body and his conditioning and all those things, and paid off Saturday night. He's a load out there. He's big and fast. It's a good combo to have at running back. So he adds another element to that backfield, and there's going to be a lot of competition there for snaps.
Travis Fisher was big in getting him to come to Lincoln. And then one of the quotes of the spring was Coach Fisher, when he was asked about Yant, said he's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to tackle him. I mean, especially guys in the secondary. I mean, he's a big dude. He's fast, and he packs a punch. So he can run over you, and as we saw, he can run around you, too. I mean, he's a rare combination of that size and having that much speed. So he made a couple guys miss on Saturday night. He ran through some tackles on Saturday night. And so he's a guy that brings a little different something to the backfield, right? We can run in between the tackles. He's obviously good at that, but he's able to bounce it outside and still use his speed in the open field too. So I'm happy for him. He's only going to get better. He's a young guy in the program, and he's going to be around a while.
Might have been the first game all year where almost all the parts were there, right? Oliver Martin back from Illinois injury, Yant finally getting his ability to get on the field.
It's probably the healthiest game we've had. And the team is probably healthier right now than we've been since fall camp started, really. Having both tight ends out there, the offensive line is in good shape. The wide receiver core is probably more healthy now than they've been. So definitely. And then defensively, we get Casey Rogers back. And so this is probably about as healthy as we've been all season, and it's been a long run of 6 games. So it's good to have that depth and have everybody available for Saturday night against a really good team.
After the gut punches of the previous 2 weeks, how happy was that locker room after the game?
I was really happy. And look, the guys just stayed the course. I mean, it was a tough loss at Oklahoma, disappointing. Felt like we had a good chance to win. And then even worse at Michigan State, where you're leading late in the game and you just feel like you're going to win the game, and somehow you didn't. And so, the guys were upset after Oklahoma. They were really, really upset after Michigan State, and they knew that they had to get a win. And they came back last Monday and had a really good week, focused. They were upset about the losses, and they wanted to fix it, and they did. And Saturday night they played their best game from start to finish, and got a nice W.
I've heard so much buzz about the end of the third quarter and the way the stadium lit up, or got dark and then lit up. What was your take?
It was incredible. I mean, really, even before the game, the stadium was electric, and that that song, the Thunderstruck, AC/DC, the lights, the fire, everything about it just was perfect. It was like our fan base needed it. Our players needed it. It was, we're playing really well at that point. The game was pretty much in hand. I had nothing to do with it. Trev kind of mentioned something to me on Friday. Maybe it was Friday. He said, "Hey, we have something for you." And I didn't know exactly what it was going to be, so I don't know if it was his idea or whoever in marketing. But man, it was really cool, and I think our fans loved it, and it really looked pretty amazing from some of the pictures I saw.
All right, let's turn the page. What a great opportunity. Another night game, national TV, a top 10 team coming in here. This team's got to be sky high ready to get out there again.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a long week just waiting for the game, but you have to put the work in during the week. I think we had a good start today. Meetings and practice was good, and like I said, the guys have gained confidence. Even through the losses, they felt like, man, we're a good football team. We can beat anybody. And so I think they're confident right now, and they have a big opportunity in front of them Saturday night. I don't know how many games I played in 4 years that was at home against a top 10 team at night in Memorial Stadium. It wasn't very many. You don't get these opportunities very often. The place is going to be just bonkers. I mean, the fans are going to be ready. We're playing a really good football team, 2 blue blood programs. A lot of eyes are going to be on this game. This is what it's all about. It's why you practice in the offseason, lift and run and do all those things. It's why as a little kid, you want to play in a game like this. So this is about as big as it gets, and it's as far as a regular season game goes anyway. And so this is going to be really fun for our players and our fan base and everybody in Husker Nation.
I've seen Michigan just a couple of times. I haven't really done a deep dive yet. I'll get to that tomorrow on Wednesday. It doesn't appear to me that they try to trick you. It's like, we're going to do this, and we're going to do it as well as we can, and they don't, not a lot of just fluff.
Yeah, they're pretty active on defense, but they're just big and strong on both sides of the line. I mean, they have big kids, and they do a good job at the point of attack on both sides of the ball. So that's where they win games, and I think Coach Harbaugh has done a great job. He's changed their staff, and I'm kind of with you. We're 2 days into this thing, but by Thursday and Friday, I'll have them figured out a little bit more. But I do know they're a very physical football team, and it's going to be a black and blue type of game. And most of the time, the most physical team wins, so it's going to be a big test for us on Saturday.
And that's okay. They've kind of been floundering around and lost in the wilderness a little bit, too. I can't imagine that they're overly confident because they haven't really played. I mean, they haven't won many of these big games in recent years.
Right, yeah. I mean, they haven't trailed all season.
Wow.
They've, I think, been tied for like 60 plays all season long, so they're used to playing from ahead. Their quarterback hasn't thrown a pick all season. So, they're really good in special teams, have a great return man. So they do a lot of things really well. It's a good football team. And it's going to be a great test for us. But, we're a physical football team, too. And we've shown that we can play with some of the best teams, 2 of the top teams, top 11 teams, at least in the rankings. We've played really close this year, and we have a few more chances to play top 10 teams the rest of the year, and this happens to be one of them here at home.
They claim 1997 as a national title.
I know. I know.
Yeah?
Look, it's too bad we couldn't have played them.
Right.
I would have loved to play, and they would say the same thing. I mean, we were at the ESPYs that year and saw Charles Woodson, so of course we had to talk about that, and who would have won and all of those things. Tom Brady, I've even talked to him about it. He was like, "You took a half a national championship from us," and I was like, "Well, that was actually one title I had more to do with than you did because he was the backup." But it would have been a great game, and I'm sure maybe some of our fans will have those talks at the tailgates before the game, maybe who would have won. But it's just great to have Michigan coming in here. I mean, it's 2 great programs. It's going to be great for college football to have these 2 teams play Saturday night in a historic stadium.
It's only the second time they've been here since we joined the league. The Denard was the quarterback the last time, and he got hurt and played the second half. But it's been amazing. We haven't had them here more, and I think that rotates. I think we start to get them more now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been Ohio State that we played
every year.
Yeah, it seems every year, and barely played Michigan. So, yeah, the scheduling in the Big Ten is kind of hard to figure out sometimes. But, yeah, I think we're going to play Michigan more moving forward the next 5 or 6 years.
Good. That'll be fun.
Yep.
All right. Let's get it through. I just know it's going to take forever to get Saturday night.
I know.
Take forever.
It's going to be a long week. But like I said, there's a lot of work that has to be put in before then with the staff and the players. And I know Michigan's doing the same thing. We had back-to-back road games with Oklahoma and Michigan State. They have back-to-back road games at Wisconsin now here at Nebraska. And you know, it's just going to be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be a memorable night either way. It's going to be a lot of fun for our fans.
All right. Have a good week. We'll see you in the booth.
All right, man. Thank you.
Matt Davison joining us here on our Mondays with Matt segment. Need to take a break? 402-413-2400. The number to dot us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. We'll talk to you. We'll hear from Travis Vokalek. All that coming up.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or at beardmoresubaru.com.
Welcome to Ag Answers. Today we're talking about renewable biofuels like corn ethanol and soy biodiesel. Electric vehicles continue to make headlines as we look for ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. But did you know by using ethanol, you can reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 46% compared to traditional gasoline and by up to 86% when you use biodiesel compared to petroleum diesel? Locally produced biofuels are the here and now solution to combating climate change. They are good for our air, good for our wallets, and good for Nebraska. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. UNL has been named one of the best schools for veterans for the 5th year in a row. The ranking on the Military Times Best for Vets survey reflects the hard work of Nebraska's Military and Veteran Success Center, serving military dependents, veterans, National Guard members, active duty troops, and many Husker students in the reserves.
Looking for a great Christmas gift idea? Look no further than expanding your loved one's Husker closet with an item from the new 255 collection, inspired by legendary coach Tom Osborne. With high quality at the forefront, 255 can be worn anywhere from sporting events and business meetings to backyard get-togethers. No matter the occasion, 255 is about feeling confident, looking good, and celebrating the remarkable coaching career of Tom Osborne. Shop now at Huskers.com or participating retailers. For more information, visit Huskers.com/255.
Both farmers and Division I athletes are alike in that every season presents a new opportunity. Aurora Cooperative does what they always do, which is lean into every new opportunity. They focus on their roots and continue to stay tougher together with their farmer owners. These core beliefs are much like those of committed Husker athletes. Aurora Cooperative leans on their values of a strong work ethic to get any job done for their producers. Aurora Cooperative, tougher together.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Huskers on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Husker Pride. Powered locally.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Score a game-winning drive when you buy your next vehicle at Sid Dillon Chevrolet. As a Chevrolet Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles, including medium-duty trucks and low-cab forwards. Whatever vehicle fits your needs, we're here to make the purchase process easy. Visit our Chevy locations in Blair, Crete, Fremont, or Wahoo. Plus, shop our full inventory at SidDillonChevy.com.
You are what drives us. Sid Sid Dillon.
Chevy, find new roads.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov. Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and the new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises later in the season. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill. See you there for the game.
Back on our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer with 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres, solutions for every field. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you here on a Monday night. Let's head to the phones. Go out to McCook and Jack. Good evening, Jack. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Got a little history for you. I'm a 65 grad, and Bob Devaney took the Huskers in 1962 to Michigan and won that game. And all of a sudden, the fan base got excited that the next game was Missouri, and that's where the sellout started.
Wow.
So, and I was there. I got out of the Navy in December of 60 and started school in 61. Of course, I was there the first year last year that Jennings was there, and it was not a very good team. But Devaney took the same bunch of guys and gelled them, and the rest is history.
Jack, did you ever sit in the knothole section?
No, but the first game I saw I was up in the west side, up in the balcony, 1948, when Nebraska played Oklahoma and got beat 14-13.
Cool stuff. Jack, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, good memory. And that win for Devaney was really launched him at Nebraska, being able to go to Michigan and beat him. Of course, Devaney had been prior to that on Michigan State staff with Duffy Doherty, and then went to Wyoming to be the head coach before he came to Nebraska. So a lot of ties with that school. Travis Vokalek, guy that's back playing football, and I think he's really happy to be back. I know the coaches are as well.
Absolutely, and the team was glad to get him back too. He just brings a different element. It's just a nightmare when you got him and Austin Allen out there together. But got a chance to talk to him at the presser today, and just what the mindset was for this offense, kind of right out of the gate.
Yeah, we were ready to play. Guys were anxious to get out there, and we had a bad taste in our mouth from the game before. So guys were, guys were amped up, and guys were ready to go and get a W. And we came out quick. Obviously, that first drive is very important for us on offense, scoring quick, and that just kind of got things rolling for us.
Yeah, what kind of confidence does that provide? Not just you guys, but an entire team when you can get things going that quickly.
Yeah, it's huge. When you score early in games, the momentum, it's just crazy. You can feel it. It just goes and goes and goes. And we did a great job, and I'm happy we ended up with a W.
How are you feeling to get back out there?
Oh, great. It was tough whenever, I got hurt in camp and had to sit out the first 4 weeks. And, it was good to be back. It's crazy to think. This was my first time in 3 years since I've been here, since I transferred here. This was my first time playing in front of 90,000 in Memorial because of COVID and everything. So it was a great experience. And, that whole deal, right after the third quarter into the fourth, that just gave me goosebumps. It was insane. And, I'm sure it'll be even crazier this weekend with this huge game coming up.
Yeah, after you experience that, I mean, how much more pumped up does a team get to do it again, coming up with another ranked team coming in here?
Yeah, it's a big game this week. Guys feel like we got the whole state behind us, and we know we do. The environment's going to be crazy. It's going to be loud, and we're going to need them to show up this weekend because it's a big game.
What was practice like this morning coming off a win like that?
Yeah, guys were ready to get back out there and get back to work. We've moved on from the win. We know we got ahead of us. We're ready to go.
Hearing a lot of guys talk about the practice that went into last week leading up to the performance last Saturday, what made last week's preparations different that allowed you guys to come out the way you did?
Yeah, I think there was, more focus, more energy. Guys are ready to practice every day. Kind of knew we had a really needed win, much needed win that last Saturday, and we got it done. And we got to come up with that same intensity, same energy, same focus for this next week.
You've been seeing the defense perform the way they've been performing, lights out, and then for you guys as an offense, I mean, how good did it feel to kind of get things going and kind of maybe not give them some relief because it's a team game, but the way that they've been performing for you guys to really get it all going?
Yeah, the defense has been doing a great job past couple games this whole year. They've been playing their tails off. So, in the back of our minds, we kind of know that we had to get things going, and it was a big relief when we went out there and scored in that first drive. And just like I said earlier, it's momentum and confidence that just keeps building, and it helps us, scoring other drives.
Got to ask you about the offensive line. I mean, how proud were you guys of the way they kind of came out and performed on Saturday?
Yeah, I was super proud of those guys. Teddy and Nuri have done a great job. They've learned the system. They do great in practice. They're hard workers, and they love the game of football. So, those guys are willing to do anything to help this football team win. I was very proud.
I talked to Austin Allen last week, and he, of course, really bragged on you and just the way that you guys can play together. How much fun is it to have a 1-2 punch like you and Austin Allen?
Yeah, I love Oz, my roommate, one of my best friends on the team. It's awesome going out there, We always give each other some crap about who's going to catch more balls, who's going to block more guys, and but it's great. It's a great experience, and it builds confidence in each other because we know we can rely on one another.
And we've seen Adrian go to you guys in some big-time moments. I mean, how much pride do you guys take in that he can, have some confidence and throwing the ball up to you when he needs someone to make a play for him?
Yeah, we got Oz and I are two big-body guys, 6'7", 6'8" guys. So, we always kind of mess around with Adrian. You just tell him, just throw it up there, we'll go up and make a play for him. So it's nice, and, it builds a lot of confidence in us, and I think in him as well, that knowing that he can just, kind of chuck it up and we'll go up there and make a play for him.
All right, let's talk about Michigan. What have you kind of seen, kind of starting to dive into that film?
Yeah, they've got a great defense. Their ends are very talented. And we're going to have – it's going to be a challenge. They're a great team. Coach Beck and, Coach Frost and Coach Lubick are going to get the offense right. We're going to have a great game plan for this weekend, and we're really excited.
And you mentioned earlier the atmosphere. I mean, what can this crowd do to kind of help you guys get that win?
Yeah, just like what they did last week, and be loud. And it's awesome. And every time I think about it, I just get chills. So we're ready to see the fans back in Memorial this weekend.
Travis Vokalek, how about him rocking the Titleist hat? There's some debate going on who's the best golfer out of that group that kind of all plays, and He says he's the best. Cam Jurgen says he's the best. Austin Allen thinks he's the best. Adrian Martinez. I mean, so they played a lot of golf this summer, and I don't know. It'd be fun to see. We might try to get a camera out on that sometime.
I think that's the thing. Have a little postseason tournament somewhere, right?
That'd be awesome. It'd be fun.
Let those guys go play and put it on the line. Cool stuff. It's great to have him back. We missed him those first couple of games, and might have made a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just his we've heard so many coaches and players talk about his toughness, and he's not afraid to get in there and block people and get physical. He kind of embraces it, and I think that's a mentality that, you know, that domination type, you know, on that line, that they needed that little attitude. So, and just again, how do teams match up with him and Austin Allen? I don't know. It's a problem. So you talk about a problem with Jaquez Yant. Those two guys,
they are
together. Austin Allen and Travis Vokolek are a problem.
They are. Hey, our Sports Nightly Hotline brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto Family. Shop Woodhouse first, 18 brands, 16 convenient locations. Simplified car buying to save you time. Shop finance. Buy online at woodhouse.com. Phone lines open, 402-413-2400. More of the show coming up.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's cheesy mac and cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
Experience car buying your way with Woodhouse. Our team is ready to help you shop, finance, buy, and deliver your next vehicle your way. From the comfort of your home or one of our 17 dealerships, you're in the driver's seat with Woodhouse. Plus, with our selection, finding your next vehicle just got easier. From new to pre-owned, work trucks to third-row SUVs, we've got something for everyone. Start shopping your way at woodhouse.com or visit a Woodhouse dealership near you.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red. What is highbid.com? It's the online auction site for just about everything under the sun. Art and antiques, cars and coins, office equipment and furniture, toys and tools. You can find it all at highbid.com. Highbid.com gives you access to thousands of auctions across the USA and around the world. Browse the most popular auctions, search for the exact item you want, or just explore the site. Go to highbid.com. That's HIBID.com and find what you're looking for today.
Let Shelter Insurance get you in the game this football season. The Nebraska Huskers are gearing up for another big year, and this is your chance to win tickets from Shelter Insurance and the Husker Radio Network. Contact a Nebraska Shelter agent and they'll register you for a chance to win tickets to one of 4 home football games this season. Only Shelter agents can register you, so call, email, or drop by for your chance to win. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com/Huskers and ask them to register you to win.
You trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance, all without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's Game On at Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont, featuring our winning combination of Buick SUVs and GMC trucks and SUVs. And as a GMC Business Elite dealer, we offer commercial vehicles for your business needs. For the convenient and easy way to shop for your next vehicle, just visit our Fremont location or check out our full inventory at SidDillonBuickGMC.com.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
We are professional grade.
Momentum. It's building at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. With game-changing work in precision agriculture, nanoscience, and digital humanities. We're unlocking mysteries in brain research, solving the impossible with remote surgery using robots. And we're creating bold futures with world-leading research in early childhood education. We don't slow down, and we're not letting up. We are Nebraska.
Today's play of the day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska Lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratch-a-rooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Triple B Feed has the products to help your cows thrive. Whether it's weekly delivery of consumption-controlled Lumix liquid minerals with protein or Redmond natural mineral salt for livestock or humans, Triple B has you covered. Let Brian and Brad Blahorn take some of the stress out of your beef production this year. For more information and other products, visit triplebfeed.com. Triple B Feed, helping you and your cattle.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2021 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It will take you as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. It'll get you off the beaten path with 8.7 inches of ground clearance, more than Toyota RAV4 or Honda Passport. It's the best Outback ever. The 2021 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Comparison based on competitor information from manufacturer websites as of July 2020. Visit Beardmore Subaru in Bellevue or at beardmoresubaru.com.
You've trained for this all year. Endless hours of cardio, conditioning, and weights. And now you are ready. Ready to trek back to your seat from the concession stand. Through the lines, lost fans, and that mascot who wants you to do a little dancey dance, all without spilling a drop of your ice-cold Bud Light. Welcome back to football, sports fans.
Nebraska 811 says, go dig red. Before you dig, always call or click 811 to have your utility lines marked. It's free, it's easy, and, of course, it's the law. 402-413-2400, the number if you want to dial us up with a comment or question. We mentioned off the top of the program what a busy weekend it was. You had 2 volleyball matches over the weekend. At opening night for Husker basketball at a PBA. You had a chance to take that in. What'd you think?
That was fun. That was a fun time. The crowd, again, and we heard the coaches talking about it, but that was basically a scrimmage, and the so many different fans that showed up, that was huge for recruits, but it made it fun for this current team. They hadn't, a lot of these players hadn't been in front of a crowd in PBA. There's only, one player that's played in front of a crowd for the men's team and women's team as well. They have a lot of players that have not been in front of a crowd there, so it meant a lot to them to have that kind of support. But, it was fun. That the men's team, they're going to light up the scoreboard. I'm telling you, they got some shooters. K-Shea hit like 6 threes in a row. I think he hit 6, and 4 of them were in a row, and the crowd was just going nuts. It's always fun to see a shooter. He's pulling up from the logo and just draining. I mean, Andrew was standing right next to me. He was just jumping around, like going crazy, because we were like, pull it, and then he pulled it, and it was, just Drano, and the crowd goes nuts, and it was so much fun. Already you get a feel for how much fun this team is going to be to watch. I think there wasn't a lot of defense being played at times, but I think that was part of it, to put on a show of the dunks and the threes but there's some shooters on both teams. Then the women's team came out there and they won the 3-point shooting contest, so it was fun. G Herbo got out there, put on a show. I was impressed with G Herbo. The teams both got on stage with him. It was a show. It was definitely a show all around. It was fun for the teams, it was fun for the fans, and it was fun for those future recruits. I think they really made an impression.
My prediction is Alonzo Verge is going to be the star of this team. How do you look?
He looked good. He's a spark plug, no doubt. I think Trey McGowan's is going to be the guy that makes this team go. He's the one. We heard Fred talking about it, getting people the open looks. He can be electric. He's not afraid to take contact. He will go in full force inside the lane. I think he makes a lot of things happen, whether he has the ball in his hands or he doesn't. But I think both those guys, and then Bryce is going to be fun, and then K-Shay probably coming off the bench and draining some threes. There's lots of guys that can knock down the shot from the outside, so I think it's going to be definitely be a fun team to watch.
Was the network hit with a restraining order?
What?
By the end of the night?
The network?
Yeah, I heard a network employee was...
Oh, us, yes, yeah. We had Andrew was front row by the end of the concert. He was down there with G Herbo. He was giving him high fives. I mean, a restraining order. Yeah. I mean, he said, "Hey, can I dap up G Herbo?" And of course, he went over there. I got pictures of it. He's he was loving it.
Come on, little fanboy at the concert.
It was a fun. You could tell how much again. The recruits, the team, they like G Herbo, and I thought G Herbo put on a great show. Sometimes rappers get up there and they don't actually rap, or they might just like every other word, or just the chorus, or just
He gave it all.
He was great. He put on a great show.
Good. All right, it'll be here before you know it. End of the month, they have that matchup with Colorado on Halloween. That is for charity causes, so that'll be cool to fill up PBA for that. The women, I think, then start the next night. With
November 1st is their exhibition.
Their preseason game with Midland, so it's on that next Monday. So it'll be here before you know it. All right, need to step aside and get our final break of the hour in. Buckle up, put that phone down. A reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. We're back to wrap up tonight's show next.
The name on the mailbox may say Smith, Myers, Baumgartner, or Johnson, but when you choose to plant with Rob Seco, it includes your name, too, making you a stockholder in a company that's invested in you. With the simplicity that makes us easy to do business with, relationships that bring more to the table, the technology, traits, and genetics that take on local conditions, and people with the know-how to use it. At Rob Seco, the only stockholder we listen to is you.
Today's Play of the Day comes from Nebraska. We pick it up with the local sports announcer at a Nebraska Lottery retailer.
Dave enters the store. He makes a move to the checkout counter. Looks like he's going to pass. Yes, he's passing the clerk a few dollars. The clerk takes the handoff and spins around. It looks like he's placed the scratch tickets on the counter, and now Dave has them in his hand. It's the old Scratch-a-rooski. He scratches left. He scratches right. Oh, my! He's done it! Dave has scored a bundle of cash.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Finally, it's time to tailgate, to find your spot in a sea of red, to get together with family and fans, and to share what makes Husker football season the best. This season, share Valentino's Tailgater tradition with their Big Red Double Jumbo deal and get 2 one-topping jumbo pizzas for only $17.79 each. Order yours at valentinos.com. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Valentino's, the official pizza of the Huskers. Go Big Red.
Pivot control has never been easier. T&L Irrigation now offers a new control panel called Precision Point Touch. It's a full-color 7-inch graphic touchscreen that's easy to use and gives you lots of great tools to make your irrigation faster and more efficient. Set up your pivots the way you want. You can update your older controls to the new Precision Point control panel too. Call your local T&L dealer or visit TLIRR.com. T&L Irrigation, like no other.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
It's football season. Husker Nation and Famous Dave's is here to make your tailgate, house party, or get-together famous. Award-winning and house-smoked St. Louis-style ribs, Texas beef brisket, Georgia chopped pork, and house-made sides like our Wilbur beans, creamy coleslaw, and Dave's Cheesy Mac and Cheese will surely tackle any barbecue craving. Visit famousdaves.com for all your catering and online ordering needs, or come visit us at our locations in Lincoln and Bellevue.
Welcome to Ag Answers, where we answer common questions related to farming and ranching. Today we're tackling the issue of GMOs, or genetically modified organisms. GMOs may sound scary, but they're actually benefiting our environment and consumers. That's because GMO crops help solve specific problems like insects, food waste, and droughts. By selecting good traits from one plant or organism and adding them to another, farmers are safely using science to produce high-quality foods better than ever before. This message is brought to you by Nebraska's corn and soybean farmers.
Back inside our Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center, sponsored by Acres Equipment, Nebraska's premier John Deere dealer, 27 locations across Nebraska and into Kansas. Acres Solutions for every field. A few minutes left in the program. 402-413-2400. Chuck on our text line up in Omaha said that win was so much fun to watch. I grew up in Big Ten country, split family, Michigan, Michigan State, transplanted to Nebraska in 95. My phone absolutely blew up from old friends from years past. Buckle up for the Big Ten. They will welcome the high-performing Huskers they've been waiting for. Go Big Red. There you go.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be fun to see what the Big Ten does when, Nebraska starts dominating some of these teams that they've kind of had their number here. We've heard them talking a lot about the last time that Nebraska played Michigan and that they kind of got out physicaled, and it was kind of a welcome to the Big Ten moment for a lot of these players. And Ben Stilley said that he never felt so physically defeated after they played Michigan. So I think, now that they're kind of prepared and know a little bit, I think it'll be fun to see how these other Big Ten teams react.
Different kind of team they're going to see on Saturday night when they come to Lincoln for this game. All right, let's recap our weekend winners. What stands out to you?
Before I get to that, I do have to give a shout out to Jacob Grover. He's a viewer on our Facebook live chat. He, in the chat on Saturday before the game started, Yant will have 127 yards rushing.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, and he ended up with 125, so right almost on the money. That was impressive. I had to go back and screenshot it. He had 127.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
Fire some more predictions at us.
So I saw something that said 125. So wow, that is unbelievable. So 127 on the money. He called that in the Facebook live chat. So that was fun. But my weekend winner is got to be the athletic department and the light show, and how well that went over, and then how they put it out on social, and the fans. It was fun sitting out there. I don't know if you got a sense for it, but they played the video, and then they said on the lyric of the line, when the lights go out. And when the lights went out and the fans were all, it was like nobody knew what was going on. So it was like, kind of, what's happening? And then when it started going, and the lights are going, I mean, everyone went nuts. The players, you saw them on the sideline. And so I think it's going to happen again this Saturday. Hopefully it's a close game, or, Nebraska's ahead, and it should provide some more juice. Now that fans know, because they didn't know what it was coming. I had seen a preview of it and knew it was going to be pretty special. But then, so fans didn't necessarily know what to expect. And so now that they know, I think they're going to be really excited and expecting of it this time.
There's some pretty cool video of Nick Henrich playing his air guitar. Have you seen that?
Yes, yeah.
Just strumming away.
And I mean, I think who was it? Garrett Nelson was doing the rock and roll, and a lot of them. Cam Taylor Britt was I think he was jamming on the bench as well. So they were loving it. I don't think they knew it was coming either, and so I think everyone was kind of like, what's going on? And then it was like, wow, that was cool. And so people didn't really know how to react. And now that they will expect it and know that it's coming, it'll be fun to see what the reaction is this weekend.
The team also did a couple things before the game that were different. They dropped them off over on campus, and they walked through the Boneyard area in coat and ties.
Jeremiah talked about that, too, on the stream, about there's something about when you show up to a game in a suit and tie, how it makes you feel.
Yes.
And I think that showed as well. That looked awesome.
It looked like, I think it was Cam Jurgens had a big old cowboy hat.
Oh, yeah.
On when he came strolling through.
Someone asked me to redo the electric guitar impression again. I'm not going to do it.
You know that. Okay, this is one and done for Jessica on that. My weekend winner, Lauren Stivrins.
Yes.
What a difference she makes for that volleyball team.
Yep. It was the whole demeanor of the team completely changed. They had so much swagger and confidence, and it was cool to see when she got back out. I knew that people had said that, just wait, but it really was unbelievable, the switch that flipped.
Well, and as well as she played, I didn't think has to be rusty. She did not do much for about 3 months.
They said she's better. She's better than before the surgery.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nebraska is now a real contender to win a national title with her back. I say that. All right, John Cook Show tomorrow night. Back to our normal Tuesday volleyball show, so we'll have that tomorrow night. We'll have reaction from both coordinators, Eric Chinander, Matt Lubick, tomorrow night on the program as well, as we speed our way towards Saturday with the Michigan Wolverines coming to town to take on the Huskers. Honorable mention, by the way, to Jordan Burroughs, who just, by the way, won his 5th world title today over in Oslo, Norway.
Hey, Father Time has not met Jordan Burroughs.
Unbelievable. Just amazing stuff. That'll put a wrap on the night show. Thanks to Jessica and Andrew, to Tim and to Mike, and all of you. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Woohoo! Business technology 1, network downtime 0. Being a game-winning IT network takes hard work and an experienced technology coach. That's why our game plan includes Marco. Marco helps our entire business infrastructure perform better and score big day in and day out. With Marco's veteran experience guiding our team, every season is a winning season. Find out what your technology could be saying at marconet.com.
Celebrating 50 years in the commercial real estate development industry in Omaha and nationwide, Noddle Companies is proud to continue its tradition of supporting Husker athletics. Check out what's new in Omaha, which includes revolving recreation and the food hall at Zone 6 in Exarban Village. Another exciting project coming soon are the Blackstone Urban Row townhomes. Noddle Companies, creating long-term value through community development. For more information, visit noddlecompanies.com. Go Big Red. Hey, Husker fans, if you're looking for an exciting new career as part of your pandemic recovery, Iowa has over 75,000 job openings in industries such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, construction, IT, and ag. IowaWorks.gov has more information about job openings, earn while you learn apprenticeships, and exciting training and scholarship opportunities. Find your next great job in Iowa. They've got a solid game plan, a bright future, and want you on their team. www.iowaworks.gov.
Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is the place to watch Nebraska games this season. Locally owned and operated, Addie's is Omaha's premier sports bar with 4 locations in Elkhorn, Maple Street, Millard, and a new flagship Capitol location in downtown Omaha. If it's Husker game day, it's on at Addie's. Addie's Sports Bar and Grill is Omaha's official watch party spot with game day giveaways, prizes, fun, and more surprises